And we are joined now by Leo Scaglione Jr., who is the source for all things Binghamton with the AHL Devils. Leo, we're so glad to have you on here for this prospect report.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk just first overarching about what Binghamton is up to this season. Just like the New Jersey Devils, they got off to a very hot start, but things have cooled down significantly.
They came out of the gate flying, winning 3 of their first 4 games. Devils' old friend Nick Lappin scored a goal in each of those games, but unfortunately they did cool off after that. One reason, very much like the New Jersey Devils tonight, has been special teams. Their power play is last in the American League. Their PK is towards the bottom. But you know what? There are positive signs with the Binghamton Devils as far as turning things around. One thing to keep in mind is that they do have a new coach there for the first time since 2010, and former coach Rick Kowalski, new coach Mark Dennehy. So some of the returning players are adjusting to a new system. And then, of course, you have the new players as well, like Marian Studenic learning the pro game, although he has had a very good start. Michael Mcleod played a couple of games at the end of last season in Binghamton, but he's also learning the pro game right now, and we will talk about him later.
Exactly. And Kowalski, of course, part of the coaching staff here for the New Jersey Devils. So that makes it pretty seamless when players get called up, because a guy like Brett Seanie, for example, has played for Kowalski, so they have some experience there. What have you liked so far about Seanie, really? I mean, we look at some of these stats here. He was drafted in the 6th round in 2015, and he was the leading goal scorer at Merrimack. 42 goals, 73 assists in 139 games. And he's also been leading his Binghamton squad this year. 10 points in 10 games, Leo.
Well, the thing with Brett Seanie is he's listed at 5'9", 170 pounds. Except for a player with such a small frame, he has a large presence on the ice. This is a kid who hustles. He competes each and every shift, and you notice him. Here he is driving the net. He creates chances, and this is one of the reasons why the Devils called him up from Binghamton, because of the energy he creates on the forecheck. The puck follows him, and then sometimes he'll go into the net as well. You see his shot there through a screen. Very heads-up play. And in terms of what he has to do now to stay here, just keep doing what he has been doing. Grind, compete, be hard on the forecheck. And a little fun fact about Brett Seanie. Here he is today making his NHL debut against the Islanders and Lou Lamoriello. Seanie was the last player drafted by the Devils when Lou Lamoriello was still in the organization in 2015.
That is a great fun fact, Leo. You're good for them. I will get your quick thoughts. What have you thought about what Seanie's done so far in this first period?
What has impressed me about Seanie so far in the first period, his first shift, he made a very heads-up play defensively. He saw that Ben Lovejoy was pinching. This was after the Devils' first power play, and Seanie went back to cover the left D spot. And then on his next shift, Brock Nelson, there he is in the blue line, has an open Thomas Hickey to his left, and Seanie goes down with his stick to block the pass and cause a turnover and go the other way.
So not too many jitters there. I do want to also talk about one other player down in Binghamton, and that is Michael Mcleod. I know a lot of fans are curious about him and what he can do to get up to the Jersey Devils team. He was drafted 12th overall in 2016. In his AHL career, he has 2 goals and 3 assists, and Mcleod replaced Seanie on that top line last night. So what do you need to see from Mcleod?
Well, the thing with Michael Mcleod is he's had almost a reverse effect in terms of the Binghamton Devils. Whereas they started out hot and have cooled off, Mcleod started off cool and has now started to heat up.
That's a good sign. Good.
Absolutely. He's gaining his confidence, and he last Friday night, he scored his first professional goal to tie the game and send the game to OT. That was actually Corey Schneider's last start on his conditioning sit. And once again, last night, Michael Mcleod scores the game-tying goal to force overtime. Excellent wheels, just like Brett Seanie. He's another hustler. He's the type of player who has a lot of tools in his toolbox. He competes each and every shift. And one thing that I've noticed with Mcleod this season that we didn't really see so much in the past is he's been a physical force along the wall. He's checking guys. Right. When you look at his draft report going back, we knew he had the speed. We knew he had the shot and can compete. But now he's adding a physical presence to a game, and that's excellent to see.